Good morning, Brew Crew. It is the 12th of February. Happy early Valentine's Day. Hope everybody's doing okay. I feel like we're thawing out a little bit up here in the North Coast. Same trains I had running the other day, but I figured I'd let you get this real quick and then we'll go over to my ugly mug. Still love that one, man. Looks good. Looks good. Dave's not here, man. It's from Tennessee River Union. When I went down to visit him, he did that for me. That car and then the car on the end of this train as well. He graffitied and weathered those all up. Let's see, we got Jim Tedesco. Good morning, Jim. Speaking of Chris. Good morning, Chris. Fabulous. Yeah. What are you going to do, right? Hey, Curly. Good morning. Yeah, thank you. I just pulled it off images on the internet. I don't know. Hopefully that don't get me in trouble. Grandpa Rouse. How you doing, Grandpa Rouse? JD. James. Good morning. Ronald. Good morning. Colorado Spike Man. How you doing, Thomas? Sorry, man. My nose is all messed up today. Not that that's anything new. The model, the Rio Grande and RGS narrow gauge. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We had a blast when we went to Colorado, man. I'll tell you what. Riding a Durango in Silverton was like just one of those things that if you ever get a chance to do it, hey, morning. Definitely do it. The Royal Gorge route was really cool too, but not as like dramatic and as like long of a trip and nice. It was good, but not as good as the Durango in Silverton. Love to go back. Planning on Arizona, I think this October. We took like the first week of October off, the wife and I. And my son should be home by then too, so I think he may come with us. So that would be good. John, Skullkill. I feel like my voice is gone. There's Andy, Hot Dog Pilot Andy. How you doing this morning? Hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying to fly through the chat a little bit here. Dan Reed, what's going on, Dan? Couple weeks, right? 28th is the open house. Yeah. I do plan on being there for it. Let me know if you need me to bring anything, or does it cost anything to get in, or is it a donation, or what? What's the deal there? Either way, it's fine. I just want to know so I come prepared. Hey, Floyd Robbins. Good morning, Floyd. Derek Wimberly. What's going on, Derek? Everybody just saying hi to each other, it looks like. The scene really does look spectacular. Oh, the one I had up before. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I have a long weekend this weekend. I work the 21st, which is a Saturday, so I took the Monday prior off. So I'll have a 4-day weekend this weekend. So I'm hoping to get a video put together to put up. I made a ton of progress on the engine house area, end of that scene. Couple of my closer confidants that I run ideas by, they've seen it, at least some of it. I'm showing the whole thing off. There were a couple changes I had to make that I didn't want to make, but I'm glad I made. You'll see when I make the video. Cowboy Steve, man, how you been? Donations are appreciated. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Just this morning so far, I don't know what it is. It just blew my nose. I was sneezing earlier, so Maybe that's what it is. I did some Afrin on my nose. Sometimes that runs down your throat, and your throat gets a little like almost numb. So I feel like I'm not talking very loud. I only use it once in a while, like when I get real stuffy. And working in a hospital, man, anything's possible. you know, one day you sound great, and the next day you're friggin' down for 2 weeks with flu A. So you have no idea. Start laying a road bed and hope to have some rail down by the 28th. Okay, nice. Yeah, because I'd like to find out, just the details on, what is it, like membership fees, things like that, because I do want to join up with you guys. Can't seem to get down there, but, either way. I guess if I'm paying you money to be a member, it'll, give me more incentive to come down. Problem is, I got so much going on with this layout. I'm trying to make some progress on this layout that, a big shout out to Walters. They replaced my defective decoders. Nice. Base on image shipped to me, no charge. Excellent company. Yep. I've said that before too. One of my videos way back, I think when I was doing the video on my town of Deschler. Remember I told you I bought, it was actually secondhand. I bought it off eBay and it wasn't even through them. The Walters Merchant Row #1. That kit was a very basic kit. It had 4 walls. You had all these different storefronts, but they weren't different. You didn't have to put them all together separate, right? So it was nice, but I was missing that whole front wall. I had never opened it up. I bought it when I had tore the other layout down with the anticipation of doing a town like this. And so I said that to him. I put him in an email. I said, hey, I'm not looking for a freebie or nothing. I just want to know if you have this part number for this kit. This is what happened. Didn't realize it, but I'm willing to purchase it if you can sell me that. Just that part. I don't need the whole kit. They sent that part out. Yeah. I almost want to say they sent a new kit. I think it just was that front wall. And whatever else was on that sprue. They sent the whole sprue for that wall. So there's some other detailed parts and shit on there, And no charge. Didn't charge me shipping. Didn't charge me for the part. Nothing. I was like, wow. Easy for a man of your saliva, James. Steve, I miss. Oh, never mind. So yeah, they're definitely a good company. They could look like with scale trains when I've needed repairs or anything. But for Walters to do that, like you said, James, basically sight unseen, and not even having sold it to me, and being how many years ago I bought it prior to that. Okay, cool, Dan. Todd will install. Todd is somebody that does all your installs. Isn't it? You have to put the whole new board, or is it just a decoder? Is it a 21 pin, or do you have to take the whole board? The whole board was bad. I don't remember what you had said last week. Yeah, no shit. Well, look, Steve, they got to pay me to go there. I'm not going there unless they pay me. I love helping people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound like that, but I'm not doing it. I'm not going to go work for 12 hours a day for nothing. So, Royal Grand, a Rio Grande. What's the S stand for? What am I missing? I'm not a big Rio Grande person, so I don't know. Although I did that's kind of why I like the Wheeling and Lake Erie. They kind of had the same that black and orange color going on. I know. I give BNSF a hard time for their black and orange, simply because I think they could have gone with a better color scheme, either the Burlington Northern or the Santa Fe classic schemes. They came up with something totally. Well, I guess when it was the original green and orange, it was based off of Western Pacific, I'm thinking. Or I think that's or Northern Pacific. So I guess I could see where they were going with that one. But, I mean, come on, Santa Fe. I mean, who doesn't think of Santa Fe silver and red when you're, some of those units when they patched them out with the BNSF on the side of the old silver and red, they look really nice. They look really cool. Anyways, I digress. As my friend Chris from Tennessee River Union likes to say. Charleston train show this weekend. Can't go, but went last year. It was pretty nice. Oh, okay. I don't know. I got to find you again. I don't know. So you changed your name again. Yes, they did, James. Because I know Scout Train's got a bunch of them bad ones too. And I don't know if is this recent or is that something? Because I know, like when they came out, I think I said this before, the AC 4400s. I just sent all three of those back for new boards. Clean my glasses. I've been working on making fences. I've been doing a lot on the layout, guys. I know it kind of well, best friend, well, this part gives them great feedback and be a word of mouth. Absolutely, Dan. How many times have we badmouth companies? Like I kind of steer away from Athearn. Like these ready to rolls I got were fine. There was the silent ones that came with the speaker, and I just had to add the 21 pin, and they've been fine. But when I had those original GP40s or GP38s, where the hell did I put those? They're in the cabinet. And I had to send them back. I wish I would have known more on how to fix stuff. I've told this story before, but it took almost 4 months to get those stupid things back from California. And it turned out it was loose truck wires. And I was early on when I first got back in. I didn't know how to fix stuff, and I've really learned a lot, believe me. And that's what happened, And if I would have known, I'd have just fixed it myself. I would have soldered the wires on because I use those sleeve things, those little clips. I hate those things. I just rather solder. Now that I know how to solder better, And of course, back then it was all new to me. I was terrible at it. Hey, touch of the brush. Model weathering. How are you doing? They're to move to China. Is that where they moved all their operations? Where were they making them before? Or ESU moved to China? Is that what you're saying? That was a German. It is a German company. They moved all their shit to China? I did not know that. I think you guys mentioned it a week or so ago, and I didn't catch on. Imagine that. I'm a little slow. What do you want? So asking chat, how well does Pilo Bond work? I got some custom-made turnouts by Jason at Train Freak, but I got to add the finish, add the ties, and he said use Pilo Bond. I've never used it. Thank you, Derek. I mean, you'd think the guy that's doing it would have answered that question, but that's okay. I appreciate it. I was going to say Southern, but that's good. Well, good. And it should be a fun railroad to model then. Those narrow gauges are really cool. But yeah, Chris, I have never used that stuff, so I don't know. I don't know if it's like a stronger tacky type glue or a wood glue or something. You probably could use super glue, something like that. By the way, Chris, I've been enjoying the Bob Smith stuff. When I went down to Florida, he swears by this shit. So I picked up a bottle of heavy, like the thick one and the really thin one, and some of the Instaset stuff. Like I'm almost out of that stuff's amazing, man. And it sets my fingers so fast. I was like, oh, the other day I was like, oh my God, I can't get them apart. Actually, on my knuckle, I had someone, I peeled some off and tore some skin right off my knuckle. There's a color combo, green and orange. Well, that was, I think Western Pacific or something, wasn't it? But the orange and black looks really cool. Rio Grande had, and then also the Wheeling and Lake Erie. Now, I think a lot of those all got bought out by that Genesee in Wyoming or whatever the hell that company is with just the orange locomotives. I could take it or leave it. The Ohio Central had such cool colors, man. It was like almost like the Minnesota Golden Gophers colors. It was that maroon and that deeper yellow. Almost like a golden yellow. I like that color a lot. Those are really cool locomotives. So now that I'm probably going to phase those out as because I believe they got bought up by that leasing company too. Hey, John. Morning. Talking about me? If you are, thank you. More to come. A lot more to come. Believe me. Let me see here. Switch cameras, maybe. Oh, we already saw that one. Where's this one? Cornfield. Why not? I want to throw this track cleaning color on my lower level. Because a couple dirty spots. Yeah, how it goes as you're working on the layout. You get dust and all kinds of nonsense going on. So just speed up a little bit on here. So there we go. Woo-hoo. So yeah, I mean, I want to show you guys what I've been doing, but I kind of want to keep it kind of secret for now because I do want to put out a video on it and stuff where I could just show it in better detail. The good old track cleaning car. Black Rock Central. Where you go, Joe? Is he in there? I didn't see him yet. I got you, Dave, about being sick at work. I don't get upset when my nurses and CNAs wearing N95s. Yeah. I don't wear those same things unless I absolutely have to. Now, I will wear, like a regular mask if I know somebody has like the flu or something, or, you'll see sometimes people be walking around like, it's funny because you can always tell when somebody's going to be going out of town on a trip or something because they'll be wearing a mask. Because, they're trying not to get sick before their vacation, which I totally get. If it was blue and yellow war bonnets. They did have blue and yellow war bonnets, but they also had the silver and red war bonnets. I don't know if they're called war bonnets. And I think the silver and red, that's like your classic looking like Super Chief and that kind of stuff. Maybe that was more passenger rail. I don't know a lot about the Santa Fe, to be honest with you. I just know that from as a kid on, my first locomotive, my first train was a Santa Fe. It was O-scale. I'm going to assume like an F7 or something like that. I don't know what it was exactly. It was 1976 or something when I got that. In a circle of track or oval of track, Good Dave, I thought you had a video for this week. I was going to. And I've been working on this scenery and decided I want to wait till after the weekend, or maybe I'll make it over the weekend this weekend, because I really want to try to show the scene in as close to a completed form as I can. So I don't know. I go from Czechoslovakia to China. USU manufacturing? Or ESU, is that what you meant to say? I don't know what USU is. Get them, Grandpa Rails. Ah, there you go, ESU, gotcha. Bob Smith and all their products rock, yeah. Yeah, I just discovered them, thanks to Chris. I mean, I've used Loctite super glue. I've used a cheap super glue from like the dollar store and Walmart and different places, and it just is not as good. I mean, I didn't expect the stuff from a dollar store to be as good, but it's okay for some stuff. But if you really want it to set pretty quick, it's amazing how it's supposed to be quick setting, but it's not really. It's kind of what I like about the thicker stuff, is it does set quick-ish, but it gives you a little bit of time to, finagle a little bit if you had to. Use those super glue nozzles you can get on Amazon. You can do precise glue placement. Yeah, but don't they clog up real easy? Well, I'm sure they did. Some early on. Get him, Chris. Yeah. CR&E 2057. Good morning, chat. Been under the weather. Oh, no. So to speak. So get better. Thoughts for me are in store. Okay. Well, you get better. Sorry to hear that. What that engine house kit based on watching Dave build his. He kind of built it alongside another YouTube channel. That was with Chris, Go Via, Go Home. It was me and Chris, and I think Trackside Mike was in that. That was a good kit. It was challenging, but not overly challenging. A lot of little parts, especially when you're on the inside with putting the rails and everything on the little, I don't know what the hell you call them, holders. Your base or whatever you want to call it. Where's this one? Oh, got that camera too, but not. There we go. I got one coming around there. Choo-choo. It's a nice kit. I had a little bit of warpage. Mine was bought used off eBay from a guy. No instructions or anything. So I had him send me pictures. I want to take this off of the track. I had him send me pictures of all the sprues, and I was able to go online on Walters. Speaking of Walters, I was able to go on their site and print out instructions and everything and make sure I had all the parts. And I got that kit for a hell of a price, $25 or $30, because it was open. And you know what that kit costs? It's at least $50 to $75. Well, when I was looking at them, they were $75, $80 before shipping. I bought that rate in like 2020, 2021 after I tore the whole layout down in anticipation of using it. And so I got a great deal on it. Even if I would have been missing some parts, I probably could have reached out to Walters and got the replacements, that I needed. Slow that thing back down. So yeah, I probably could have done that as well, but I lucked out. All the parts were there, and in fact, then I couldn't find. For some reason, I couldn't find the instructions I printed out, and because Chris Go Via Go Home was building 3 of those kits, he actually sent me an instruction booklet in the mail. So I got one of the original booklets, an actual booklet too. So that was pretty cool of him to do that. I know. What did you wire your lights into? Which lights? I have a 12-volt bus line that I ran under the layout on both levels. So I tie into that for all my um, building lights and all that stuff. Of course, you got to put resistors and all that on your lights, but I guess I could tone it down. It don't have to be 12 volts. I could probably tone it down and use a smaller wall wart. That's how I did. I wired a wall wart into a terminal strip. Then it ran. um, what the hell is it? Maybe 18 gauge? Wire? I can't remember what I used for my bus line. If it was 18 or 16. My feeders are 22, right? 22, 20, 22. All right, I got some right here. What does it say? 22. Solid for my feeders. And then for my bus line, I think I did 18, 18 gauge. I don't remember now. I don't have any of it left. But so I did red and black for the track, and I did blue and yellow. I did blue and white on the bottom level, but I couldn't find white for some reason, so I did blue and yellow on the top, assuming the yellow will be the same as white, kind of interchanging those. Well, yeah, so I just tie into that for my lights. Sometimes I'll use suitcase connectors for it. Sometimes I'll actually tie them into a terminal strip. So far, so good. And then those are great. I use them occasionally. Hey, Kyle, that's how you before. Good morning. Yeah, I mean, I love the little Jeeps. I'm probably going to miss it. Damn it. Bastard. I had a 33% chance of getting the right camera, and I missed it. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Now I know for the next time around. Try to catch it coming over the bridge for you. I know a lot of guys like that bridge scene, as do I. So I'm working on some chain link fence. And, I got a bunch of those kits from Alders. I might just sell them or give them away. Maybe I'll do something with them. They're a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie, man. I hate building them. You got to use like super glue or whatever to put them together. At least that's what I've come to find out. And I'm gonna tell you what, they constantly fall apart on me. The poles are plastic, but the crossbars are metal. So you can't even use modeling glue to glue them together. I don't know what other glue to use for them. So this is chicken wire. May not be 100%. I don't know, to scale, maybe. But I think it looks just fine. It's still a pain in the ass. So it's an 8-foot fence. And these are 8-foot sections. 7.5-foot sections. I guess it's about 7.5 feet HO scale. 7.5 tall. I didn't add any barbed wire. After the fact, I thought about it. I was like, oh crap, I forgot to do that. But I already cut like 8 sections. These are 2-foot sections. And I use I got this at Walmart in the garden section. It's 5 feet by 2 feet, half-inch mesh opening. Let me get that so you can read it. And, you get all cut up from it and shit when you're cutting it. But I did a on track Tuesday one time when I made that. Um, I made a section. I used it back here by my candy factory as well, and then I used the wetting tool. This is actually from a welder's kit, but it's basically the same stuff. You can buy that in a roll. Where I put it? I bought this a while ago. 6 inches tall by 25 yards. So I mean, I'll never run out of that. I highly doubt it. Now this is in a white, but so is this stuff. And of course, you're gonna paint it anyways. But it's pretty damn close. I mean, I think the Walters might be a little bit tighter than this. You might be able to get it a little bit tighter. Tool, Tulle. Get it at Michael's or Joanne Fabrics or any of those. Oh, I think Joanne's went out though. Anyhow, and then I use this yellow wood glue, glue it on there. It holds it pretty good. And you get a brand new sharp blade. And you still got to kind of hold it, and you can just run along your edge here and trim it. I leave it a little bit larger than I need it to be, so it's just easier to mess with. All right, anyways. Good morning, Anthony. Morning, Dave. Yellow, silver, blue, and silver. You talking about Santa Fe? I remember being blue and silver. Well, maybe it was blue and silver. Yeah, I do remember blue, yellow, and silver, right? It had the yellow Santa Fe stuff on it, or it said Santa Fe with their Herald, their cigar label Herald, and then a blue cab, and then it kind of faded down, just like the red and silver did in the silver. Yeah. But then I think like their diesel, like more freight locomotives were just pretty much blue and yellow, weren't they? The war bonnets. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Santa Fe. I don't know when they changed all their different schemes and stuff. One of those nurses told me that almost 6% of their patients in the ER this past week was influenza A. Yeah, it's been bad this year. Hey, Steve says Rainer from ACHB. Well, I know Rainer. I like Rainer. He uses those nozzles. Something else he uses needle and syringes. Yeah. Solvent cement, like what diabetics use. What a great idea. Yeah, what does he use that? Is it MEK or MEC? Where do you buy that? Can you buy it at like Home Depot or something? Is that basically, is that super glue or is that more like our modeling glue? An MEK or C, whatever the hell it's called. Hey, the Bud Files, how you doing? Oh, my mind, that's 921, that's 934. See, you guys get me talking. Get me talking, and there we go. I'm all over the place. That glue that you set with UV light looks promising. I have it, just haven't had a chance to try it yet. I don't know what that is. Kyle Moran, good morning, crew. This morning is coupler replacement morning. I have a handful of knuckles. Hey, sometimes when I don't know what I want to do on the layout, it's time to do maintenance. Place couplers, paint some trucks, do things like that, do a little weathering. Oh, bless it, on camera again. And, well, shit, I had a 33% chance again, and again I failed. Ay. Failed to get the right camera. It's going to be a second, but it's coming. Coming around the corner. So, one man's opinion. Yeah, I would recommend them on that. And if you build enough welders kits, you know what their instructions are like, but you kind of get used to them, and you know that they're kind of crummy at times. So, oh, okay, Dan. Yeah, I'll have to send you some what I got, what I ended up doing, and see what you think of it. But yeah, I appreciate that. There we go. Now I got her over the bridge. Damn it. I love that POW one, man. MIA. Finally got me a big blue one. So I've always thought about picking one up, and then, like I said, that friend of mine that was selling all, he sold it all off now. But when he was selling his stuff, he had one, made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So, you know, laptop power supplies. I'm thinking of using for lights and stuff. Probably could. Yeah, either one, 18 or 16. I don't remember now, Dan. And I'm doing, like I said, 22s for my drops, my feeders. And I feel like it's working out. I don't know. The, oh, God, what is that? The name is right on the tip of my tongue, James, for that company. I would love to get a proto throttle. Man, they just look so sweet. And anybody I've seen operate with them, like videos and stuff, they they're just so expensive. And then you got to buy the attachment too, to hook into your system and everything. So I mean, you're looking at probably it's like about $500 roughly for the throttle, and then if you want any accessories, you're adding onto that, and then for the hookups, I think it's another 50 to $100 in there. So you're looking at probably $700 or so, not counting shipping. Man, Shed Railroad. Good morning. Yeah, I think Jim Tedesco, I think, has that. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea, probably, Steve, since, keep it all the same. WT50 from TCX. That's your system, James? There we go. We're getting a little better, Grandpa Rails. You guys don't mind hitting that like button or thumbs down button, either way. Get the issue used with Railcom. It auto loads the loco and all the functions. No joke. Huh. I said I went with NCE because that's what was the most easily understandable to me at the time. And I've been pretty happy with them. Like they're a good company too, and they've made good on some stuff for me, some repairs and things that were my fault. And I've called with some questions, and I was able to get answers, and so on and so forth. So I really am happy with it. NCE. I use tool for my fences, just spray painted them for use. Yeah, that's what I'll do with these. Once I get everything made up, get the tool glued on, then spray paint them all, like a silver or a gray. Like that. What do you call it, gray? Let me slow this thing. I feel like this thing's flying now. These little guys will move, man. I only got it on like 19 speed steps, which isn't out of 128, so it's not really that fast. The ones up top that I'm running, I got those. I got those at like 47, and they don't look like they're running as fast as this thing. Get them, Kyle. Hey, Wesley, how you doing, buddy? Good morning. Let's see. It's a solvent that melts the pieces together. It only works on unpainted plastic, or at least works best that way. What is the solvent that you're talking about? Is that the one with a UV light? Like I said, I can't remember what he uses. I think Robert, the Flying Crow, uses it too. It's either MEC or MEK. Potential scam. We will not answer that. So yeah, I don't know which it is. I don't know where to buy it at. Gotta go off the podiatrist, let you know later. She thinks you have footlokes. Yeah. All right, man. Gotta heal that thing up, man. Get you up here to see the layout. Gotta be able to go up and down stairs, though. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you in here again. So good luck, Chris. Thank you, Andy. It was right there. I wanted to say Illinois something or another, you know. I knew it was I it started with. Anyways, I'm a moron. Yes, you cab controller. Are you happy with it? Now, isn't that the one that you have? There's a throttle that has two different knobs on it for two different trains? Or is that something else I'm thinking of? Or that's just probably just one type of controller, huh? I'm in Akron, just south of Dave. Sorry, the stuff Raynard uses to cement his plastics together. Yeah, I think that's ME, like I said, MEC or MEK, damn it. Somebody tell me what it is. MEK, thank you, Donald. Methyl ethyl ketone. Check out hardware stores. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. We got like some true values and stuff around here. I went and looked at it at Home Depot the one day when I was up there. I was in the aisle with like paints and primers and stuff and paint strippers and that, but I didn't see it. So I don't know if it would be in a different area. Floyd uses Digitrax. That's a good system too. A lot of your clubs use Digitrax. What do you guys use, Dan? I know you've said it before. I know you do a lot of, I think, remote throttles. I feel like MEC is something too. I don't know if it's a solvent or anything. I just feel like seeing that. Maybe it's a medical thing. I don't know. Kyle, where are you at? You're in the south, though, aren't you? Yeah, hell, Tuesday it was like 50 degrees here, man. And it's cold today and tomorrow, I think. And then the weekend's supposed to be back up in the 40s, and pretty much another week or two of like 40 degrees or so. And um, just Chris sent me a message earlier. Just saw it. Well, that's pretty cool, Matt. Matt in here? Matt Esterberry? Sometimes he just kind of lurks a little bit. Spring here in Texas. Well, this is fake spring. I feel like, oh yeah, I thought you were down there somewhere. Digitrax, okay. Now, am I going to have to buy a throttle if I join this thing? It's fine if I do. I just don't know. 67 down where you're at on Tuesday, 2 days earlier, the overnight low. Yeah, no joke. It was like last weekend, Monday, I think, actually. Not Monday, Sunday, maybe. It went into negatives, like -1 or 2 or something. I'm like, what the heck? So, maybe we will get, maybe Buckeye Chuck was right. We'll get to early spring. You never know. Damn groundhogs. Hey, Rick. How you doing, man? Where you been at? I haven't seen you around. I just talked to BNSF, CSX BNSF Bob the other day. He hooked me up with a guy, Tom Orlando. He's got a Facebook group. Anyway, he makes, what do you call it? Like service trucks and stuff like that. And he's up there in Michigan. So it's, the shipping was only like $10. And actually, Bob said he'd run over, pick it up because I want to get Bob down here to see my layout. He's not that couple hours from me, 2-3 hours, not that bad. Just got to figure out a time and everything. And I'd love to get him down here. Maybe you, Rick, maybe you guys could both come on down one of these days. Let the weather warm up a little bit. Then we can go rail fanning or something after over to Berea or somewhere, I can maybe meet you there first because it's kind of on your way and then come over this way. Because I'm about 30 minutes further east of where Berea's at. Get Dan up there and get the whole thing together, man. Just a little group of guys, grab some lunch, come over here, or I could grill some dogs or something or whatever. Let the weather get a little nicer. I've been wanting to do like a little open house. I keep saying it, and then it's 35 degrees. There you go. Oh, okay, cool. Save me a couple bucks there. Again, like I said, I'm not against it. If I have to, I will. Yeah, yeah, they're nothing but trouble, those groundhogs. Can't wait, Steve. Visited Mobile many years ago, around '99, I think, on my way to watch the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. A little golfing at RTJ Golf Trail. Robert T. Jones or something, wasn't that? He was I remember always hearing the commercials for some kind of like championship golf courses and stuff. I don't know if that's the guy's name, if that's the right name. So Matt sent me a picture of this stuff. Active wire mesh sculptural and modeling, 12 inches by 24-inch sheet, small weave. Looks like something you could probably get at like Michael's or somewhere. He says it's damn near HO scale. And it's mesh, metal mesh. I don't know how well you can see that, but that wouldn't be bad either. Because you could cut that to the exact height that you want and then use shit, I don't know. Just buy or use that with the Walther's poles. Like I said, if I wanted to do barbed wire, which after the fact, I was like, damn it, but I already cut like 8 of these, so it's just too bad I'm not doing it. So right here, you got 3 sections, right? 1, 2, and then 3, because you leave a couple, like I go about every 6 or 7, inches or so, or not inches, like 3 inches or something, I'll go and leave a spike down. If you wanted to have the barbed wire, you would leave it, you'd do 4 sections, so you would have one of these on the top. So you'd leave one on every so many poles. And then Probably cut them down a little bit because these are a little long. And this is fine because it's going to go into the wood. I'm going to drill a hole to put it into the wood. But for the barbed wire, if you wanted to do the barbed wire, you probably want to cut it down a little bit. And again, guys, you know how it is. It's 3-foot rule. It's the illusion. For the most part, it looks pretty damn close. And I don't know. Engine driver app on my phone for DCC systems. I don't travel up there too much anymore. Last time I was up there was for last year's train show. Been a while. Up where? I steak that dogs. All right, I'll give you tuna. Tuna just for you. I can broil it. Melted tuna and cheese sandwich for you. Yeah. I got some of it. I just said Robert T. I didn't say Trent. I can't remember the middle name. Cold and snow here. Good morning, Southdown. Lots of snow. Did I mention snow? There's a reason they call it the Great White North. Yeah. Yeah. We had a decent amount of snow. It's probably going to all melt by the time it's all said and done, this next week or so. And, which that's fine. Southdown, I added you as a moderator, Southdown. I wanted to, this way you can chit-chat or go to other channels when you're in my chat. Bunch of courses on the trail. All right. Back in the day when I was in the union, a bunch of us guys, they offered this package where you can golf. Got 13 rounds of golf, Baker's dozen, I called it. And you can go wherever, really. They would buy the tickets. But we would do the Metro Park stand. So, Manakiki, I can't think of all the names. But there's like 4 or 5 Metro Park golf courses around the Cleveland area. Cleveland is actually a really pretty area in the summer. I mean, just the whole area, Cleveland, Akron. And we get a lot of shit, a lot of grief from the rest of the country. But it's okay. You guys stay where you're at, and we'll keep our cost of living down, and we don't need all your craziness. But it's actually really pretty. It's called the Emerald Necklace, I believe. It's these Metro Parks. It goes all around, like the whole area, around the Cleveland area, east and west side, down to the Akron area. They have all kinds of trails and just parks and recreation and golf courses. And we don't get the credit we really should, but that's because people they listen to the bullshit and don't want to come and see it for themselves. You see where the Stormy Sky crew and Mike are doing another meet and greet in Marion and Deschler in June. Yeah, I heard something about it. I'm going to see if I can make it. Try to figure that out. Nice thing is I got some time to plan it. I think the wife's busy one of the days. But we'll see. Let's see. Bob, how you doing? Just a quick drive by, but wanted to say hello. Oh, hey, Bob. Thanks for popping in. Well, have a good day. 26. It's supposed to be like 28 or 30 today. Nice thing is all the snow's melting off my road. It's 24 now. And it's going to be 25 today. Oh, come on, stop it. 35 tomorrow, 45, 49, 48, 49, 40s, 40s. Next Friday, back to the 30s, mid-30s. We're pretty much through the rest of this month. It's going to be, pretty decent. It's going to be actually more normal, 20s to 30 for most of it. The 35, 40s is a little bit, I think, above average, but we start to kind of come out of it. This is fake spring. Never used any of that stuff. Like I have JMRI, but I'm not tied into my layout with JMRI. So I can't like control anything with it because I don't have the interface or whatever it is to tie into NCE so I can run trains off of JMRI. I use JMRI as a roster and sometimes to do some programming, but to make switch lists. Now that Robert's turned me on to that, I love it. Yeah, we hit 2 of the trail, Mobile and Birmingham, maybe. Yeah, anyways, I used to golf. That was back in the, I don't know, 90s, early 2000s. I haven't really golfed since. Yeah. See, I'd rather do 9 than 18, honestly. Like the one course was a 9-hole course over in Bedford. That was the name of that course. It was a nice course, but it was more like a par 3. And it was nice because, yeah, you get it in, you get your round in fairly quick, then you can get to drinking beer. Back in those days, I did a lot more of that. Go to the clubhouse and drink, have lunch. Not drink till you're drunk, but have a couple of beers and lunch. And drive home and everything. I have 2 cousins who golf their asses off, and they're good. They're both really good. Not pro good, but they're good. For the fence post, I use brass rod, draws rod, and I gave the top end a little crook for the barbed wire, and for that I used thread. Yeah. You can use that too. Like I said, I can't remember where I found this idea. This was not my idea. This was, I think, Rick. It's SoCal. His channel. I think he's the one who turned me on to this. And I'm happy with it. The worst part about it is it's a little bit of work, but it's not as aggravating to me as building that damn Walters fence. That's how I got them so cheap. Anthony didn't want to build them either, and he sold them to me real cheap. Give me a 2-for-1. He had 2 boxes, and I was him and Han. He goes, "I buy one, I can give you the other one." So, but now I see why. I hate building the damn things. The problem with this is you gotta come back here. You gotta cut all these out. You gotta cut middle ones out. So otherwise you got squares. So now instead you got rectangles. So instead of 4-foot squares, you got 8-foot squares basically. Or rectangles, I mean. So you got to cut all that out, and then you still got little burrs. So you got to take in, I've been using a Dremel with a grinding wheel, kind of grinding. It's a little bit of work. It's kind of a pain in the ass too. I'm going to have to try that stuff that I just showed you from Matt Esterberry. Up in Oregon and lived in SoCal and the Gulf Coast, but I love Northeast Ohio. Yeah, Dan, I mean, we don't really get the love that, I think it's just a hometown thing, man. You kind of, like you said, you didn't grow up here, but you kind of adopted it a little bit, I guess. What'd you buy from Paris Hobbies? So fences that can be printed on a 3D printer. My nozzle is 0.4 millimeters, so I bet I would need a 0.2 nozzle, but I might try it. Yeah, see, I have just the resin printer. I've seen them for sale, like on eBay and different places. And in not Walters, Scenic Express? Not Scenic Express. Who's that? Woodland Scenics has them pre-made, but I think they look chunky. Even more chunky than this. Easy because they're already built. gates and everything. But yeah, eventually I might upgrade to something different, printer wise. I'm off to the shop to do more design and print work. A small pusher tub kit. Oh, okay. Coming along. Cool. Well, have a great day. Good luck with that. Let's see. I work with IT, went into model railroading to not stare at a screen. Don't even use JMRI. I program by hand. I usually do too. I got a programming track here. I usually use my power cab, and I got that hooked into here so I can program. Usually it's just as easy. Yeah, for sure, Steve. Used to golf every other day, ruptured my Achilles playing baseball. Now I suck at golf. Dave. Hi, David. Did I say hi to you earlier? It's 10 o'clock already. Morning. We're all ready for the YouTube meetup in Marion on June 27th and 8th. Steve, cool. Are you going to put more details, or did you already put details on your channel or a video or anything? Or? I think the wife's busy the one day, and she don't have to come. She enjoys coming because she likes hanging out with Tammy and Vicky, the wives. They hang out while we're salivating over trains. They're hanging out, making fun of us. This Dave will not be, but maybe that Dave up there will be. I got in Florida, went to the one a couple years ago and had a great time. Cool. I'd like to get up there though, James. Looks like you guys have a really good time. Like cook out and everything. Bernard! Came for more coffee and I see all you in big screen. Wanted to say hi to all my friends. Well, how you doing, Bernard? Have a good day. How's the weather over there? Northeast Ohio doesn't have earthquakes or hurricanes or forest fires or get a tornado once in a while, but not too bad. Not that often. But you get lake effect snow and you get a lot of cold and shit like that. But take the good with the bad. For 9 months of the year, it's pretty decent for the most part. Northwest Ohio, but always wanted to live in the hills. West Virginia, grew up visiting relatives. West Virginia, always loved it down here. Yeah, pretty down there too. Ohio's just, that's the thing with Ohio. Northeast Ohio has some topography. Okay, let's just say that. Some hills and things, nothing dramatic. A little bit. Southeast Ohio, you're talking Appalachia, pretty much. The foothills of Appalachia. Same thing with Southwest Ohio. You're kind of more in that Kentucky Appalachia down that way. Central and Northwest is flat as flat can be, man. Fostoria, Deshler, Marion, all those areas, it's just wide open farmland. Ask Anthony, ask Wilmer when they went out last November with me. They were like, wow, when you said it's flat, now I see why you modeled everything flat because I'm modeling that area. And it's literally, you don't even get like little dips barely in a road. It's so flat, And then you got the lake and you got rivers, and on the bottom you got the Ohio River, you got the big lake up top, Lake Erie, and multiple rivers, and it's actually a nice state. You get rid of this dumb governor, but other than that, it's a nice state. All right, guys, I think there we go. You got him, Grandpa Rails. Thank you. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And we're going to bus pick people up along the way. Even if they don't want to go, yeah. Just grab them. drag them along, kicking and screaming. We have a banner up on our community post, plus Trackside Mike is going to join us during the live special stream on the meetup. Mike will also be doing one. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you said okay, country, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be spending the night anywhere or not. We'll see. The line across Ohio called where the glacier stopped and receded. I'm blanking. I don't know what that is either. Yeah, I don't know. It makes sense though. But it's not bad. It could be better for outside work, doing a front end on a Ford tractor, front end on a Ford tractor, tie rods, brakes, etc. Damn, busy guy. That's okay, Anthony. Oh wow, it's a lot of rain. I got a flat spot on a wheel. I could hear it. Hebron, Ohio. I've heard of Hebron. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna have to end this here. I gotta pee. I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna do that in that order. I'm gonna pee and then I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. And Norwalk has a nice. What I did. I don't know if they still have a nice speedway there or not. Thompson was a nice speedway as well, like drag racing and that kind of stuff. Used to be one in Painesville, but I think that was more like a circle track or figure eight or something. Used to do a lot of like demolition stuff out there, demolition derbies and that in Painesville. I don't know if that's still around or not. I remember way back in the day, down by the canal there, there's the Cloverleaf Raceway underneath the big bridge on 480. Thanks, Floyd. Yeah, so stay tuned. Like I said, I have a long weekend, and I'm hoping to kind of tie this whole thing together and do a video, show the whole like 17 feet or whatever this peninsula is on that side, pretty much tied together and done. You know how it is. You're never really done. I'll probably still continue to add little details here and there. But I think for the most part, I'll have it basically wrapped up. So far, so good. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. So, yeah. So kind of stay tuned for that. Probably will be either later in the weekend or early in the week, like Monday or Tuesday, because I'm off Monday and Tuesday next week too. So I'll, be working. Well, Valentine's Day I'll be busy. I'll be with the wife hanging out. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I'll be working. So just keep your eyes out. That's my plan. So early next week, by midweek maybe. I keep pushing it back. Maybe by next weekend. I'll get one up eventually. So you guys have a great day, a great weekend. Celebrate that Valentine's Day with your sweetie if you have one. If not, buy yourself something, damn it. And yeah, just have fun. What the hell? You only live once, right? So you guys take care. We'll see you next time. So bye for now. We got running up here. Maybe nothing's gonna. That's gonna run out with a train crossing something, but I don't see anything close enough. All right. We'll talk to you next time. Bye for now. I like that one. That's a good idea. Take care, guys. Happy Valentine's Day.